What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook.
Bulls win! Hit me again, Joey. Bulls win! One more time for Matt Peck to get in the car. Bulls win! Let's go!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Be sure to use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guy, Big Dave. Bow! BAWL Sports. Loving today's game.
Woo!
Our pal producer, Joey Spath, is rocking with us. Follow him, too, at Joey Spathis. We are CHGO Bulls. Will the Go Gottlieb will join us live from the UC later on tonight's postgame. Apologies out of the gate for the minor delay. Had to let the CHGO Sox crew do their thing. Talking about their big W today. Getting a series split against the defending World Series champion Astros. Way to go, Sox. Way to go, Sox.
Good day all around, baby.
Appreciate the patience, y'all, hanging in there, waiting for us to talk about this insane Bulls game.
Cosmic Keys.
Insane Bulls game.
Oh!
I was sitting there watching the Bulls get down by 20 right out the gate. I was like, this is about what I expected.
Yep.
Grizzlies got their man job back.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr., DPOY front runner, also can score. He had 31 for them tonight. Also, just everyone on the Grizzlies was lighting it up in the first half.
Fair.
Could not miss from three. Yes. Meanwhile, the Bulls couldn't hit water out of a boat. And then the craziest thing happened, Dave.
Yeah, Matt.
The Bulls just kept chugging away. Kept protecting the basketball, kept their turnovers low, amped up their defense in the third quarter, started creating a lot of turnovers and getting out in transition.
Preach it, man.
And then finally started to hit some shots. All of a sudden, it's a 40-16 Bulls third quarter. Put themselves in position to close this one in the fourth.
Yes.
And then they won the fourth quarter by double digits as well.
Yes. Wait, is it over now?
Didn't see that coming, Dave. I know you love it. I'm sitting here just shrugging my shoulders. But for those of you who loved that, congratulations. Go off. Enjoy your Sunday.
Damn right, those that love that. Look at this amazing face right here. Drink all this amazingness in with this hat on, with my Janet Jackson on my chest. Looking amazing and stuff. That was a great win. I told this man, if the Bulls get this lead to 15, they got a shot. That's exactly what I told him.
True, he did say
at
that.
the half. If they get it to 15, they got a shot. They got it to 15, and they put the shot betwixt the cheeks of the Grizzlies, and it was amazing. 40-16 in the third quarter. How could you not love stuff like that? How about 0 turnovers in the third quarter? How about a 17-0 run in the third quarter? How about a second half where you win 65-39? How about you do stuff like that? Huh? How about points off turnovers, Matt? Did you see the points off turnovers, Matt?
I believe it was 30-0.
31-0. Bulls, Grizzlies, 13-1-2-0. How could that be? How could that happen? Well, when you only have 1, 2, 3 turnovers, you can do stuff like that. You had 1 at the end of the half. You had 1 at the end of the game. So basically, you had 1 true turnover. That's really what that means, y'all. That was an incredible game by the Chicago Bulls. Got me all kinds of excited, Matt. All kinds of happiness out here. That's right. I'll take your golf clap. Take it. Hit it, Joey. All the meat-handedness. Oh, this is amazing. Matt, how can you not feel this? To not feel this right here. Let's get to this right now and saw what we saw in that third quarter. Because like I said, it was a 15-point lead in that third quarter coming out. Who kicked that off? First of all, shout out to the bench. The bench was huge for the Chicago Bulls in the third quarter, and I'm going to point out 2 in particular because Ayo did do a really solid job, I thought, defensively, and he got a nice little layup, to push that lead back to 9 when they were trying to make a run. Great job by Ayo doing that, but it belonged to 2 people. It belonged to Kobe White, and it belonged to Patrick Williams. Yes, you heard what I said. I said Patrick Williams. You heard me. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks in the third quarter. You love what you saw from him. Kobe White was on another planet in that third quarter. I don't know what was happening, but my God, the handles were vicious. The shot was on point. The vision was pristine and clean. And man, he was special, but I can't take it away from the 2 stars of the Chicago Bulls. You can't take that from them.
Man.
Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, Zach LaVine, that was the cleanest, most efficient 36 I think he's had all
Zach
season.
was quiet in the first half. He was kind of looking to get his teammates involved in the first half.
Correct.
He had 4 assists in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Yes, he did.
Was waiting for his turn to get his shots.
Yes.
And then the third quarter came, the Bulls down 15.
Yes.
And he said, okay, here's my time.
Yes.
And then he went on a tear as a part of that Bulls dominant third quarter.
I mean, the viciousness, the step back where he sent Jarrett Jackson straight to hell. When he stepped back on him and drained that three.
He had at least 3 shots in the third that I remember saying to myself and to you, oh, that's a tough, maybe bad shot, but Zach just hit it. And it wasn't just hit it. It was like butter.
Yep, all kinds of it. And you're right, 9 turnovers and 0 assists. That's what we're pointing out here. They had 3 total. Zach didn't have any of them. Drink that one in one time. What was it? Patrick Beverly had 1, and I forget who had the other 2. But that's it. That is just a clean game right there. And that is 36 points to lead the team. DeMar DeRozan with 31. He carried them in that third quarter, too. You needed buckets and ones. He's the one that did it for you. He gave Jaren Jackson Jr. the plain old-fashioned business. He fouled him out. They changed it and reversed the call. That was some bullshit because he clearly got him with the body. But they said, well, he needs some help. Well, keep him in the game. He can get some more of this work. And we get these turnovers going on up in here. 31, 5, and 7. Oh, my God. That's amazing. So what is that? 16 assists from your top 2 stars who are scoring your most points as well? Mm-hmm. That is awesome and sexy and attractive, and I want to marry it. That is an amazing thing to see. 11 of 26. Before them, Matt, were threes. Mm-hmm. So you can remove those threes. That is 11 of 22 from the field from one DeMar DeRozan. And my favorite, because he hasn't done this in a while, 9 of 9 from the line from DeMar DeRozan.
There you go.
Zach LaVine, 7 of 8. They got to the free throw line. That is rare. And that is awesome to see. And Zach was and 1 in cats on shots that you just know wasn't supposed to go in. But guess where they went? Into the bucket. That's where they went, Matt. They went in. And that was awesome to see and awesome to feel, man. How about Vooch, man? Didn't have 1 offensive rebound, but he had 10 defensive ones, 13 and 10. They went to him early. This is what you have to do with a guy like Vooch, man, and centers in general. Mm-hmm. It just reminds me of the 90s Bulls, who they always want to get started early. Bill Cartwright and Luke Longley when they went with the later Bulls.
Everybody except MJ wanted to get Cartwright started early.
He got to toss him in because he's Matt Peck. But he got to get him started. He did. Bill Cartwright, your first 6 points. Mm-hmm. And when it was Luke Longley, your first 6 points. That's how it went. You get your big man started early. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that Nikola Vucevic is better than both of those guys were when they were with the Chicago Bulls. He is better than those guys. So he got off to a solid start. He also got some early fouls on Jaren Jackson Jr. as well. So he did his job, man, out there too. Patrick Beverly just did his job being Patrick Beverly. Just go out here and be irritant, be annoying. That's all I need you to do. He did that. Alex Caruso, though, in that second half. What he finished with 3 steals? Mm-hmm. Alex Caruso was getting on people's nerves. They had, how many turnovers did they have? 18 turnovers for the Grizzlies. 18 turnovers for the Grizzlies, y'all. Come on, man. This is a team that likes to run and get up and down. And you saw it in the first half. They were up and down the floor, and those threes were just out of control. All right, just out of control. And I kept telling you, Matt, this ain't normal. That's why I wasn't too mad. I was like, they get this to 15, they got a shot. Because what they were doing was not normal. They could hit threes, but damn, man.
Dylan Brooks is a hot and cold three-point shooter.
Right.
I think he started like 4 of 6.
Right.
He finished 4 of 11.
Sounds right.
Like, the Grizzlies definitely did the Bulls a favor in the second half where they were like, okay, we're either going to turn it over and let you score easy buckets in transition, or we're going to keep shooting threes but brick them now.
Yes. They'll brick union layers out there.
Which, you know, it balances out. The Grizzlies were scorching hot in the first half. They went ice cold in the second half. The Bulls took advantage of it.
Took advantage. And the Bulls put up 31 threes, too, by the way. So, they hit 9 of them.
9 of them.
They hit 9 threes.
Less than 30%.
That's right. And what did it mean? Not a damn thing. You know why?
Let's all feel great about this win.
Yes, feel great. They scored 128 points on that. How am I not supposed to feel great about that? 128 points. Even you hit 9 threes, you still dropped 128. I ain't supposed to feel good against the Grizzlies. I ain't supposed to feel good. Get out of here with that, man. Get in the goddamn car. You're supposed to feel good about that, man. And they gave up 107 to this team. This team scores buckets. That's what they do. The Bulls were stifling against them in that third quarter. Stifling. Steals, blocks, slaps off of their chest, hitting it between them. In the B-Twix, the cheeks is where we was. We opened up them Grizzlies cheeks and was right in betwixt them. That's what we did, man. Chicago Bulls got this win, and it felt damn good. You know what that is? 3 in a row. 3 in a row. You after that elusive fourth one now. Now you after that elusive fourth one, and this fourth one is the biggest one. This is the biggest one if they can get this 4 against the Atlanta Hawks, who are playing right now against Dallas. I don't know the score right now. It was close early on in the first quarter. But they got a shot to get this 4, man. This is a big-ass win, man. It puts them right there, and they still got a chance to get that 8th seed, man. Huge, Matt. Huge. This is big shit. Big shit.
Speaking of
big shit.
Lots of other relevant action in the NBA today. The Raptors got an even earlier matinee victory over the tanking Hornets.
Yep.
So the Raptors stay firmly there in 8th. Hawks in action right now against the Dallas Mavericks. Hawks currently holding an 8-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Bulls now within a half game of Atlanta with this win to switchy daisy. 9th and 10th.
Switch it daisy.
Bulls still do have one more matchup against the Hawks in a few days. Switch it daisy.
You like that one? Joe, you heard that one? No, that's new. Yeah,
new. Credit the Bulls.
Yes.
I loved seeing Zach LaVine take over in the second half of this game. Mm-hmm. DeMar hit some, as you said, some incredible buckets himself. That one turnaround he had on the baseline late in this game was just filthy stuff.
Yeah, man.
And you love that. But, I mean, how often do we talk about the fourth quarter dynamics of this Bulls offense and who gets the ball when? And the Bulls make this incredible comeback, and now you have to close it. And, even when the Bulls were up somewhere between 8 and 10 points for most of that, early and middle fourth quarter, I was like, the Grizzlies could still knock down a few threes quickly here and come back.
Yep.
But the Bulls didn't let that happen because DeMar and Zach were dominant in the fourth quarter.
Dominant.
Which you do love to see. Even if you're a cynical asshole like me who has already emotionally removed himself from this dumpster fire of a season and doesn't give a shit. Then we're like, we're a half game out of 9th right now.
Let's go.
Yippee-doo-dah.
You better believe it.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yeah, y'all enjoy it. Have fun.
Thank you, Matt.
Throw a freaking party.
Got that right. You're invited.
What I care about is Zach LaVine looking like that in the fourth quarter of a game that you need.
Yes.
That's what I care about.
No, absolutely right. Not because you're going to see it from DeMar. We already know he can give it to you.
Exactly.
But you're going to need that from Zach LaVine if you're trying to do anything. And seeing it, get it from him, and in such an efficient way is what I have to keep harping on, is how Zach did it. He wasn't just out there flailing around, just throwing up shit. No, it was super efficient, man. What was he, 13 of 19? 13 of 19.
And 9 assists, 0 turnovers.
0 turnovers.
Give me all of that, Zach. Goodbye,
man. And he even took 8 threes. He even took 8 threes, man. And hit 3 of them joints, but he took 8 of them. I got to look back and see the last time he's taken that many threes. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been taking that threes like that.
Wait, Zach was 2 of 4? 0 for 2?
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Right. He had a game where he took none. Like, it was shocking. But, yeah, 8 threes is good to see from Zach. That means he was feeling good, man. But it's the fact of who they're doing it against. That's where all this hypeness and happiness comes from, is who they're doing it against. This is the Grizzlies. Nobody had this penciled in as a victory. All right? Because the Grizzlies haven't lost to the Bulls since 2019. It's been that damn long. That's why you see all this joy right here. It's been that damn long since they beat the Grizzlies. Do you not remember me yelling my life away about Tony Bradley getting his ass carried out the club by damn Steven Adams, who I'm so glad is not playing right now. Thank you for having a seat, sir. Oh, my God. I ain't seeing that shit no more. Nope. Bulls got out there, and they were feisty. And every possession. What about that last fourth quarter, Matt, when they had 3 straight possessions where they turned the ball over? 3 straight. Took it from them, bucket. Took it from them, bucket. Took it from them, a bucket. That's how they did that team, man. It was amazing to see. I was out there high-fiving furniture. It was a great, amazing time, man. God, that was awesome. That was an awesome game. 128 against the Grizzlies?
I mean, it is wild to see, whether it's the Bulls or anybody, take a 23-point deficit and turn it into a 21-point victory.
Right. Seriously.
In a half.
Half.
You know, they were down 15 at half. The 23-point deficit was earlier in the second quarter, but still, in basically 2.5 quarters, the Bulls had a 44-point swing.
And you know who
in their favor. That is bonkers.
You know who was getting credit for this, of course, was Patrick Beverley. When they were talking to Billy Donovan at halftime, he was like, Patrick Beverley was the one talking at halftime, telling them, yo, guys, you got to embrace adversity. Who's been saying that all the time? It's Billy Donovan. Mm-hmm. He's the one that's been telling them now. And real quick shout out. Can I give a shout out to Billy Donovan, too? Because I want to shout him out for something real quick. Should I do it now or should we wait for a break?
Let's take a break, and then we can talk about Billy and more things about this wild Bulls win on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
While we're sharing some words from our friends and sponsors, all y'all out there in Bulls Nation tuning in, we appreciate you greatly. We would also appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button.
Do that.
If you're watching along with us on YouTube. Also, of course, make sure you are subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel.
Click it. Click it.
Click it. Click it or tick it.
Beer, Matt.
Beer.
Beer.
I like beer.
You like beer?
Love beer.
You enjoy beer?
Sure do.
Does that mean you're doing anything later?
I got no plans.
You got no plans.
No plans.
No plans. Goose Island Beer Company, y'all. That supervised that no plans is a sexy, wonderful beer, and it is amazing. But also, they got that Blackhawks Pale Ale. As you know, that is a low-key favorite right there. Probably low-key favorite can as well. Awesomeness going on, but it's awesomeness going on. Their City Edition 22-23 season Bulls jersey commemorative can right there. That is also deliciousness. And, of course, you can't go wrong because that's what's in my cup right now is that regular 3-1-2. You can't go wrong with the wheat ale, y'all. It's just right there. It's right there. You want it. Also, the Bourbon County Stout, the Christmas IPA, the Beer Hug IPA series, who we watched our guy Herb Lawrence chug trace.
I was talking to him about it earlier today.
Yeah,
it was the first time I had a chance to chat with him face to face since I watched that.
Yeah,
and I was like, Herb, I just need to tell you that you're my hero. Because that shit was epic.
It was the most amazing thing I've seen. I was like, it was one of the most incredible individual accomplishments I've seen in a long time.
So impressive.
I was like, how? It was amazing. It was brilliant. Wonderful job by him, man. And then when he played the video game through a no-hit. Like, it was unreal. He's unreal, man. Herb Lawrence is unreal, man. Shout out to the whole White Sox crew. Green Line, and, of course, that sexy, wonderful Mark K approved Matilda. So, you can get you any one of these awesome, delicious beers straight from 2 locations that are open and ready to welcome your wonderful self, including Joey's Fathers. You can grab you a beer right from their innovation tanks at the Goose Island Tap Room that is at 1800 West Fulton, or get a smash burger and a fresh beer in a week at the original Clybourne Brew House at 1800 North Clybourne. For reservations and pickup, go to gooseisland.com/locations because it's the Goose Island Beer Company, the true taste of Chicago.
Today's episode of CHGO Bulls Postgame also brought to you by our friends at Fubo TV, which offers more than 140 live channels of sports, shows, movies, and news.
That's a lot.
Stream live TV from any and all of your devices. You can also watch the most Chicago sports for the lowest price. You can start watching immediately with a free 7-day trial. No contract, no cable, no hassle. Just sign up and start watching.
No.
1,000 hours also of cloud DVR included at no extra charge. So if you're working, you're busy, you're doing this, you're doing that, you can't watch your favorite Chicago team live, record it DVR style to your Fubo TV cloud. Watch it later. Watch it when you get home. 1,000 hours at no extra charge. You can also, if you're on the road for work, on the road for pleasure, whatever you're doing outside of Chicago and need to catch your Bulls, your Blackhawks, your Cubs and Sox, you can watch your local teams while you are traveling with Fubo TV. Because guess what? Fubo TV carries Marquee Sports Network for all you Cubs fans out there. They also carry NBC Sports Chicago for all of you Blackhawks, Bulls, and White Sox fans out there. Bam! They got you covered. So here's what you do. Use the link in the description or go to www.fubotv, that's FUBOTV.com/CHGO to get 15% off when you sign up off your first month of Fubo Pro. One more time. Click the link in the description or go to www.fubotv.com/CHGO to sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro.
Sexy.
Try it out.
Sexy. Oh, so quickly, man.
You want to talk about Billy?
Yeah, I wanted to say something to you about Billy Donovan. And I said it during the game when I was watching. First of all, this is the second game I saw Billy Donovan. I'm like, coaching helped win this damn game. Like, it's the second one I saw, like, this dude was coaching his ass off for this one, man. Because it was all about the second half, clearly, in this game. And, again, people who complained about the adjustments of Billy Donovan, the adjustments were made straight up and down in that second half. And the main one I liked was he went small. That was the main adjustment that I enjoyed because he went small, and that really frustrated. And what it did was, see, Jaren Jackson Jr. is so weird built of a basketball player. He's a huge guy, but he really plays a small game, if that makes any sense. I'm talking about offensively. Mm-hmm. Defensively, you know who he is. You know what I'm saying? He blocks shots. That's what he did. He throwing that shit into the third row. We get that. But he plays a real small game offensively. He can go inside. He's got a three-point shot. He can go outside. You know what I mean? He plays a kind of small game. It's not a big man specific kind of game. So when you got a guy like Patrick Williams and when you got a guy like Derrick Jones Jr. that you put out there, when you're running the pick and roll with Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., either one of those guys, first of all, can switch onto Ja Morant and continue to use their length and athleticism to bother him. Because that's all you can really do with Ja. You can't stop him, but you can bother him. You saw that's why he was destroying them in the first half, because Patrick Beverley doesn't have that athleticism, and Caruso doesn't have that length. So he can just go around those guys and do how he feels. In that second half, it was much tougher because Derrick Jones Jr., when he was switched, oh, God, he's a problem. You switch, you got Patrick Williams on you, oh, my God, that's a problem. The brilliant thing is either one of those guys being on Jaren Jackson Jr. is a issue. Because, one, we know how big Patrick Williams is. You know how huge this dude is. His size is going to be an issue. But Derrick Jones Jr., his length bothers Triple J. Mm-hmm. It bothers him. It gets on his nerves. So when you're doing that switch either way and you try to give him that ball inside, that length is going to bother him, man. And you saw it happen time after time. And also, I love Billy Donovan and how he did the defensive sets in the second half. They went more man in that second half because they were killing them with that zone, with that three-point shooting. They were destroying them with that. When they went more man, Matt, and they changed that, you saw Patrick Williams' ability to kind of cheat off of the shooter when the shot clock got low. Mm-hmm. And he would come over and, double team the guy with the ball, get on his nerves, fluster him. You see either a bad shot or you saw a 24-second shot clock violation. Right. That's directly Billy Donovan shit right there. And I got to give him credit for that kind of recognition on that team in the second half, man. So give that man his props for what he did in the second half, y'all, because he made the proper adjustments for this team to continue to get this win.
Drummond in his 7 first-half minutes was a -9. Derrick Jones Jr. in his 9 second-half minutes was a +15.
That's adjustments, ladies and gentlemen.
But Billy doesn't make adjustments.
That's an adjustment, ladies and gentlemen. Going small, saying, "Oh my God, they're killing." Because you saw Drummond. We were getting that Drummond experience fresh off the bat in that first half. You saw it. Them turnovers was real, man. Yeah. Like, even the goaltending he had. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, "Nah, this ain't gonna cut it." Yeah. No, they went smaller and it worked brilliantly because Derrick Jones Jr. came in getting an and one, then got a foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, it worked on both sides of the basketball because, like I said, you can switch either one of those guys on him because of their size and their length. They can guard either Ja or Jaren. Either one, they were going to get them problems.
Manuel, our buddy, the hype train of Bulls Nation, who's always hanging out on postgame with a super chat saying, "Come on, Matt, how are you not hyped for this win and a first-round exit? Let's go, baby." Yeah, y'all want to be hyped about it?
Yeah,
want to be hyped about it.
Right, we do.
I'm gonna do me, and I am not hyped in the slightest. But y'all have fun.
Not yet.
Joey, we got some more super chats we need to get to right now. Let's do it up. Super
Manuel's
chat style.
brother Pete says, great profile picture, by the way. Big Dave got us hyped. Bulls win, Bulls win.
There you go, Pete.
Laura says, +25 in the past 2 games, 0 turnovers. Someone told me Zach LaVine, doesn't play well against good teams. I am owed an apology from all of y'all.
Yeah, I feel like we don't need to know who she doesn't need to name him to know who Laura is talking about. Laura Lou's always Zach standing in the comments and look at the profile picture, which is a great picture of Zach.
Oh, that's Zach?
Yeah. But, you are right. Zach, even Bulls fans who aren't still thrilled about Zach signing that max deal he signed last summer, still aren't convinced that this is the guy the Bulls need to build around moving forward in the days beyond DeMar and Vooch riding off into that sunset. You cannot deny that basically since December, not just after the All-Star break, since December, Zach LaVine is playing like an NBA All-Star.
Yeah.
The one who was an All-Star last season and the season before that, and rightly so.
Yeah.
And he played like an All-Star again today.
He did. Against the Grizzlies. You know what I mean? Against a straight-up elite team with a guy who's supposed to be that serious defender, either Dillon Brooks or Desmond Bane. Both of them are known as defenders. You know what I mean? They ain't had nothing for Zach LaVine today, man. 36 on your ass. And I mean, inside, outside, however he was doing it. And I mean, when you're hitting those buckets, like you said, Matt, like, oh my God, that's a tough shot. When you're hitting those buckets,
man,
you on one, man.
On one.
You're on one.
Like when Zach plays at that level, he is on a short list of NBA players who are that dominant offensively.
Very true.
Can't stop him.
Can't
He can take you with the step backs. He can hit contested shots with defenders in his face. He can get to the rim. He can get to the free throw line.
Yes.
Play above the rim.
Yes.
All that jazz.
Sexy.
It's fun to watch. It really is. Shout out to you, Laura Lou. Appreciate the super chat. All you Zach stands out there got to be feeling pretty happy today because that was a hell of a Zach game. What else we got, Joe?
Last one, we've got AK. He says first
AK.
half, Grizzlies couldn't miss. Second half, Bulls turned the game. White and P-Will, 3 blocks were key catalyst. Huge team win from being down 20 at half. Defense is this Bulls team's identity.
It was nice to see Patrick Williams playing just tenacious defense.
Bonkers.
Shout out to Jack Black and Kyle Gass. Tenacious defense.
The bars of Matt Peck.
My God.
The bars. Yo, it was, man, that was his third quarter. And it was, I don't think I've said that at all this season about any quarter for Peck. I've said he's had good games. You know what I'm saying? I've said he's played well on one side of the ball. I don't think I've specifically said this was his quarter. And not only just his quarter, the quarter that turned the entire game. That was Patrick Williams' quarter, man. Like I said, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks, and countless defensive stands. Like, there is no stat for that, but you had to be watching the game to see it. That dude was D'ing up cats left and right, whether it was one-on-one or it was being that help defender. And it was the timeliness of the help defense because they had Luke Kennard. They had Save Big Money at Kennard's over there at the three-point line, Matt. But he understood when to leave him. We've seen him leave the shooters early before and get torched for it often. This time, the shot clock will be running low, and he wait till the guy is making their move to where they had no other option but to go up with the shot. And then he collapsed on them and said, hey, I'm big. It's going to be hard for you to hit this shot. And he did. I saw him do that 3 times in the third quarter. And it was just very attractive and sexy. And then the shots that he came down and hit were NBA shots. Those are NBA skilled shots. The dribble, the step, the post, the pull up, the jumping high as hell, pull up, and hitting it off the glass. You know what I'm saying? The 3-pointer that he hit with no hesitation, like you said.
Catch and shoot.
Catch and shooting. He did that, and that was awesome to see as well. Running the floor and getting a bucket that way. Getting Kobe White missing a layup, him right there for the tip in. You know what I mean? Like, he was doing those kind of things, and that's when you know his offensive game is going. Because when Patrick's offensive game is going, Matt, his scoring never comes one way. All those shots are different.
Right.
Every single one is a different shot. So, yeah, it was his third quarter. It really was, man. And he was a key contributor to this victory for the Bulls today.
It was nice. And to your point about the way that he was making decisions on the defensive end today and when to help and when to double, and that's sometimes is something that we get frustrated with Pat because it seems like he's never really quite sure when to stick with his man and when to double. I think our guy NHK20 had a comment earlier on when we started postgame talking about the Bulls as a defensive unit, as a team tonight, making better decisions about when to double and doubling late in shot clock situations for the Grizzlies and getting them into those difficult situations and not doubling earlier than they should when a team is shooting as hot as the Grizzlies were shooting. And it's like, okay, well, if these role players are knocking down everything, whether it was Kennard or Brooks or who the hell ever, they were all knocking them down. You don't want to leave those shooters open.
Right.
So pick and choose your spots to double Ja or whoever it is at the top of the key to create those pressure situations. I thought Pat was good with his decision-making on the defensive end today.
No, you're dead on that. And again, for me, that goes back to Billy Donovan for making it a man-to-man game in that third quarter and not still running that zone from those guys. And everybody switching. He put in the right lineup to switch because obviously that's what they were doing and that's what they've been doing all season is Ja gets it, you set the pick, he gets the big man on him or whoever is on him, and he's taking him to the rim. Hard to do against Derrick Jones Jr. and Patrick Williams. So even if he wants to kick it out, those guys aren't leaving their shooters because the belief is whoever they switch on, one-on-one, I'll take my chances, you know, with who you got on there, man. And it worked. I mean, you just saw it work for them today, man. And it was just everybody contributed. It was top to bottom. Everybody contributed to this victory, and everybody kind of had their A game, if I'm being for real about it. Everybody kind of had their A game going on tonight, man. And, man, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun, y'all. I had a great time. I had an amazing time. I really did. Hope you did, too.
Dave had a great time.
Yes, I did.
I had an okay time watching Dave have a great time. It makes me happy when you're happy.
That's right. I made him give me a high five.
It's true.
Can I point out something? Fake Spathis right here.
Fake Joey's hanging out in the comments?
Yeah, faux Spathis real quick. See, this is how you know it's faux Spathis, right? Because when he tried to say betwixt, he spelled it incorrectly.
Oh, come on,
he spelled betwixt
Joey.
incorrectly. Real Joey will spell it correctly. You know why? Because we would have been on his ass. If he did not spell that correctly, he would have went, looked it up, said, this is how you spell it, and then put it out there. Because he knows we would have made him write a whole report about the definition of betwixt. That's how I know you fake Joey, man. You got to be right now. If you're gonna do Joey, you got to represent him correctly.
That is how we know you're fake Joey. And anybody who doesn't know it's fake Joey, the one with the picture is fake Joey. Just for the record.
You just got to keep reminding
green circle with the J
the
is
green
real
J
Joey.
Is real Joey.
We don't have anything against fake Joey.
No, we don't. We love
just
fake Joey.
For your own knowledge, like, you know.
I love Faux Joe. Faux Joe, you my guy. I like.
We love you. I've grown to love you as well, fake Joey. So
yes,
all love.
Shout out Faux Joe.
All right, let's take one more break, then come back, wrap up our final thoughts on this win. It is a win, so you know we got Goon of the Night around the corner. Hopefully, we'll also hear from our guy Will the Goat Gottlieb, who is listening to post-game thoughts from Billy and the players as we speak. Shout out to our DraftKings king of the game. It is that man, Zach LaVine, who we have been just showering with praise today, and deservedly so, because, I mean, look at that stat line. 36 points, 9 dimes, no turnovers, and was integral to the Bulls making one of the biggest and craziest comebacks I've ever seen.
9 assists.
9 times.
Wow, no turnovers. Like, we've seen him do the 36, but the 9 and the 0 turnovers, we haven't seen that often from Zach LaVine, man. And like you said, I think you made a great point, Matt. In the game early, letting it kind of come to him and getting everybody else involved before he said, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take over. That's actually what great NBA players do. That's what they're supposed to do. So seeing him do that, it just, brings a little tear to your eye, just sitting there looking at that. So, yeah, shout out Zach LaVine, man. What a game by him.
Shout out to him. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when you signed up for your DraftKings Sportsbook account to get that amazing offer. $5 down, $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Joey Spathis. What time is it?
Game time! Hoop.
Let that one linger.
Yeah.
Let that one linger.
He hung up there right for a while, right? Then did a spins move.
It's like Celine Dion holding a note out there.
That's right. I enjoyed that. Well done, Joey. Because Game Time is the hottest new ticketing site that makes it easy and never to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. Everything in this internet features that's never good for the online course at my own play for tickets to the concert. It's all possible with the Game Time app. Biggest last minute price drops can be found in the seats you thought that you could never ever buy because you won't find better deals this season to see the Chicago Bulls. And just like here at CHGO, it's created by the fans and for the fans, and it guarantees you, your lovely self out there, even our guy Faux Joe, the lowest price available. So if you love CHGO,
and we know that you do.
Whoa. Okay, all right. Now we're getting too sexy. Come on now. Then you'll love Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Join the 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all your favorite events. Because Matthew Peck, what time is it?
Game time. Hoop.
See that? That's the old schoolness. He cuts out. We run the fast break, cut, pass, dunk. That's it. No, ain't nobody got no time for
That's how you do that.
Ugh.
That's how you do that.
Ugh, he putting it down.
You know what else you should do?
What's up?
Save money and energy with our friends at ComEd.
Nothing wrong with that.
The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities they serve manage energy usage and lower energy bills now and into the future.
Wait, that sounds like something that is so valuable that it would take a lot of effort, Matt.
You would think so, but it's actually pretty easy, Joe. You want me to run through how you could do it?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Because I am interested in saving both time and energy
As
and money.
you should. You're a young adult who should always be thinking about saving time and money and energy. So here's what you do. Take advantage of ComEd's offer, which is a wide array of incentives on lighting and other efficiency upgrades to commercial, industrial, and public sector customers of all sizes across their territory. That includes you, young Joseph. Customers can inquire about how to upgrade outdated lighting to energy and money saving, efficient LED lights. Big Dave, you got LED lights in your place?
All through the vicinity.
You know it.
Come on.
Learn more about network lighting to operate your lights through your mobile device. That's got to make things more convenient. Oh, I got to do some stuff with the lighting in my house. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Done. Track your facility's energy usage and more. Incentives have recently increased for indoor, outdoor lighting and networked lighting controls, making these projects even more cost-effective than before. And they were already pretty damn cost-effective.
Pretty dang.
So here's what you do. Visit ComEd.com/poweringbiz. That's B-I-Z-biz to start saving money and energy. One more time, ComEd.com/poweringbiz. From your phone.
Breathe, Matthew Peck. Feeling good?
I just like teaching our young Joseph here about how to save money and energy.
You know, we don't just try to teach him, what words are proper to say. We also have to teach him
He needs to know how to do that in addition to making fake burner accounts on YouTube.
I just also like to point out, Matt, is the return of Shirtless
Wonder is back, you guys! Oh my God,
Shirtless Wonder's in the building! Shirtless Wonder's in the building! He's got a shirt on, though.
Iconic zip-up hoodie.
That's right.
With no shirt underneath
That's
it.
right, and the gold chain, too.
That is his look.
Yep, and the chain. He always got the chain on. Always blinging. There he is,
shorts.
though. There you go.
Smoking a heater.
Yep.
Our goddamn hero right there.
That's when you know. Forget the groundhog. That's when you know.
Forget the groundhog.
Nope.
Forget the robins.
Nope. All of it.
Spring is here.
When Shirtless Wonder shows up, spring is in the building. It's spring again.
Oh, you know what that means? Burks and Tanks are around the corner.
You see, I got the gams out. I'm ready, Matt. Come on with it. Burks and Tanks are around the corner.
That's half of the reason I'm excited for this Bulls season to end. One, put me out of my misery. Two, it's Burks and Tanks season.
Burks and Tanks. He's all about this life. Look at him. He's ready. That's why the sleeves are rolled up. He's ready, man. Get this man some Burks and Tanks. Do you have? Are you going to buy some new Burks, or are you just going to keep rocking the same?
Oh no, the pair I have now were new last year.
Oh, okay.
So this is only going to be summer number 2 with these Burks.
Okay.
I carry them through at least 3 summers.
Yeah, I know. You told me
before
that.
I renew.
Yeah, they literally are like falling apart at the bottom before you go get some new ones.
Amen.
I'm just saying I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying what it is. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Well worn and super comfortable.
You look super comfortable, man. You look incredibly comfortable. It's a good look on you, my friend.
It's so much better than long pants.
Yeah.
Closed-toed shoes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about
layers.
that. Yeah, I hate layers, but
Crap.
come on, man. As long as I got the gams out,
Got the gams
it's whatever,
out.
man. It's whatever. All this, I feel amazing right now. You know what else makes you feel amazing?
What?
You know what that do, Joey? Can you tell me? Can you tell me, Joey Spathis? Yes! It's time!
And I'm glad I called that guy.
Allow me the pleasure of introducing you to Blade Laser.
Goon of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The world-renowned, internationally known Goon of the night. This goes to a Bulls player who did Goon shit. Period and point blank. That's how it works. It could be anybody. It ain't got to be a Bulls player. It could be a coach. It could be a fan. It could be anything. It could be an announcer. But it will be Bulls-oriented Goon of the night. So we'll start with Matt Peck, sir. Who is your Goon of the night?
Well, you know what? I just saw Fake Joey call this out, and even before I saw him do it, this is where I was going. I'm giving my goon of the night to Javonte Green for his bench decorum, which was A+ material today.
He is right.
Dancing with the just wildest flailing knees that I have seen in quite some time. When the Bulls were making that comeback in the third quarter, I don't think I saw Javonte sit down once the whole time. He was up, and the knees were moving in all kinds of directions, and I loved it. I freaking loved it. I missed seeing the 5 Javantes out on the court.
Yes.
We didn't really see, like we got a yes-no about Javonte coming into this game, and then basically didn't. Yeah, and then listed as available.
Okay.
Billy decided not to play him, but even when he's not out there, he's out there because of that energy vibe that he brings on the bench. And we've talked about it. You've talked about it earlier this season. Like this team just needs some of that. Yeah. And we've talked about Pat Bev's arrival bringing some of that. Javonte bringing that hype today as Bulls made that comeback, and I appreciated seeing it.
This is true. Joey, your goon of the night, sir?
My goon of the night is Patrick Williams. Big part of the Big Dave was on his feet for 5 minutes straight, yelling before the Sox game ended. I mean, that's what I'm basing it off of. You were very excited with Patrick's play. You felt he was a goon. And I think, I like to listen. I like to think on a night like tonight, he was listening on Friday. He was listening to the show. He was like, all right, got to flip the stat sheet a little bit. They're asking for more from me.
That's a good point, man.
So I like to reward that.
I like how Flipside says Goon Night is shirtless wonder. I appreciate that, Goon of the Night.
It's a strong candidate.
Very, very strong candidate, man.
But also, if you have 3 blocks, as Pat did today, definitely in the conversation for Goonage.
This is true. Definitely in the conversation for Goonage. So,
joining our conversation. It's Will the Go Gottlieb, our guy. Bulls beat for us here at CHGO. Follow him, CHGO_Bulls. Read everything he writes for us, allchgo.com. Join us from the UC. We started Goon without you, but perfect timing, Will. Who are you giving your Goon of the night love to in this crazy Bulls victory?
Ooh, putting me right on the spot.
Right on the spot.
There. Man, I think I'm going to go Kobe because I feel like, just generated all of the enthusiasm and the transition and the steals and the rebounds and just getting the guys out in transition in that third quarter when they won. I think it was 40-16 and basically turned a 23-point deficit into a 21-point lead. Not to say it was all Kobe. Zach went bananas. I think he scored 12 points in a row. Patrick Williams was great, but I feel like Kobe kind of spearheaded it in a lot of ways. So goon of the night for Kobe.
I like that. Well, goon of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This goes to get drum roll, Joey. Hey, he been on it all night. It's all good. Everybody misses a shot. He's right. Patrick Williams, goon of the night. He is correct. That man, I watched that man be the reason the Bulls were doing what the hell they were doing in the third quarter. It was unreal. On both sides of the basketball, Patrick Williams was on it, hitting NBA-looking shots. He's hitting shots. That one off the glass was mean. That one on the baseline was meaner. That three-pointer that he hit, where he didn't hesitate with somebody in his face, took the shot. The blocks that he had were awesome. The tip-in, way he ran the floor. It was just all great, man. I loved every part of Patrick Williams in that third quarter. And I know that he's not going to yell at somebody because if he yelled at somebody, man, he would have got 3 goons of the night. So this goes to Patrick Williams for you, sir. A very rare goon of the night.
Yell at somebody. I don't even think Pat has vocal cords.
Right. He has 2 goons of the night. It's the second one because the first one I gave it to him for actually showing emotion for putting his arm in the air.
Will, what were you thinking to yourself as you watched this game unfold? The first half went about as I expected. I thought the Bulls would get worked by this Grizzlies team that's holding on to the 2 seed in the West as of right now. The Bulls turn a 23-point deficit into a 21-point win thanks to some amped-up defense in the third quarter, easy buckets in transition, and Zach and DeMar taking their turns of just being dominant scorers. Can you believe what you watched today?
Not really. I mean, I was kind of like watching the comeback happen in the third quarter, and I was like, all right, well, they're going to make a little surge, and then the Grizzlies are going to hit like 6 more threes in a row, and that'll be it. And then the surge kept coming, and then it kept coming. And it wasn't that it was just like really good offense. It was that like they literally got a steal and a run out layup on every single possession for the entire second half, it felt like. And like, I mean, that's the equivalent of shooting, 25 of 50 on threes. Like that just doesn't happen. So it was kind of incredible to see it from that perspective of it just being sort of a statistical anomaly. But it was also like, they should do this more often, in my opinion. And they should make every single quarter this quarter. Their defense was awesome. Billy Donovan was kind of talking about the way that they were generating steals was like getting Ja up in the air, forcing him to make those jump passes, which he does a ton, and then just active hands and like not sort of swatting down and like trying to tip away passes or anything like that, just like showing a bunch of hands, making him be amongst the trees. And I really did feel like they were getting a steal on every single possession. The Grizzlies had 20 turnovers in the second half, and after only 2 in the first half, and it's just like, what are we witnessing right now?
Yeah, it was crazy. You mentioned Billy Donovan. Will, I took some time out to give him his props on how he coached, just a great job of coaching he did in that second half. Specifically, well, 2 things. One, basically going more towards a man-to-man in that second half, and the other one was the going small, taking Drummond out and doing what you love and bringing in Derrick Jones Jr. and Patrick Williams, which I thought allowed them to guard the pick and roll with Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. way better, because either one of those guys can guard either Ja or Jaren Jackson Jr. Can you talk about that a little bit, about what Billy Donovan and his coaching efforts in the second half of this team?
Yeah, I thought the small ball that you mentioned was really key. I don't know exactly if it lines up. Like I said, Zach started to get really hot there in the third quarter before the bench mob, we'll call it, really start taking off. But Derek coming in and the switchability with that shorter lineup against a team who wasn't really playing. I mean, Steven Adams didn't play. Brandon Clark wasn't playing. Both those guys are hurt. So it did kind of open up the floor for them to go small, and it really worked. I mean, the transition game, it's possible to do that with Vooch or Drummond in the lineup. Like, it works to a certain extent, but when you have all 5 guys that are able to like grab and go and just get out in transition the way that they did, it felt like an avalanche, and it just kept coming and coming. So I thought Derek kind of unlocked that and that's part of the reason why I like him in those lineups, but that only works in certain situations. And I felt like against a smaller front line that the Grizzlies played, it worked perfectly. And I think Billy actually let Derek go a little bit later into the fourth quarter than he normally would. Vooch didn't come in until about 6 minutes. And so I thought he just let that ride, and it worked out perfectly.
You texted me earlier on while we were doing pregame saying that you guys were waiting for Andre Drummond to talk. Did he speak to the media after this game today, which would be his first, session with the media after his few days with an absence for what he admitted himself on his tweet about dealing with mental health? Played in that game against Charlotte on Friday, but didn't talk. What can you tell us about Andre? What did he have to say after this game, and how is he doing?
Yeah, I thought I tweeted out a video of the interview, and for some reason it's still loading. So look out for that. Basically, just the whole 2.5 minutes that we got with him. But he just kind of said, like, I need to take some time away and go through whatever it is that he was going through, that he needed to take some time and just like focus on some things that he felt like he had been neglecting. I thought that was really just an important thing to say. He also talked about how this is like very different than things used to be in the 90s or the early 2000s or even like the 2010s a lot. Like, until like DeMar and Kevin Love really opened the door for players to talk about mental health, it was kind of taboo. And so he, I think, understands the importance of that. And, obviously he's like dealing with whatever it is that he's dealing with. And he said that he's going to keep on working on that. But I think it also kind of is a good opportunity for him to set an example for fans, for other players. And he kind of said, like, NBA players are looked at as superheroes, but it's okay to like take off the cape and be emotional and like deal with things that you need to deal with. So just good to hear from him. Obviously didn't get into the details of what he's going through. That's personal and private, but just nice to hear him. Nice to see him back, and just good, very level-headed conversation, I thought, from him in terms of sharing and being open without necessarily like getting too in the weeds.
Well, we saw Javonte Green was active for the game, but didn't get into the game. Was Billy asked about that? Was that just the coach's decision? He was just holding him out a little bit?
Yeah, I think Billy didn't talk about it. I think that was true last game too in Charlotte, and I believe it was also true against the Lakers on, what was it, Wednesday, when they were here in the United Center, and Billy just kind of threw him in for the last couple of minutes. We were like, what's going on with that? He was active, but obviously didn't play, and I think they're just being real conservative with how they manage his minutes. Obviously, if they get into the playoffs, they will want to get the most out of him that they can, but I also wonder how much they can get out of him at this point. Like, it seems like it's beyond, just trying to be careful, just trying to like pick your spots with him at this point. It seems kind of more, I don't want to like make any sort of medical claims, but it just seems like he is, despite being active, like they're still being super cautious.
Where are you right now, Will, as far as watching this Bulls team pull off that comeback today?
I'm in the media room.
Are you feeling good about the Bulls maybe bumping themselves up to 9 or 8 after a win like this? We're still waiting on the final result of Hawks-Knicks. Obviously, that will have a big part of this. Bulls still have a game against the Hawks on Tuesday. Do you think this team can get themselves out of this play-in?
It's going to be really tough. Obviously, they can, I believe, get there today. If the Hawks lose to the Mavericks, they would be tied with the Hawks, and currently as it stands they have the tiebreaker because they lead the season series 2-1. But it really does come down to Tuesday. I mean, that is going to be basically a play-in game in and of itself. The Bulls have a couple of tough games after that, but so do the Hawks, and I think they can. I think they can beat this Hawks team, but it's really, I mean, like I said, it's basically a play-in game. Like, this is a huge game, and that'll determine it.
Hawks lead the Mavs 70-66 at the half.
At the half.
Bow! Let's all get out of here so we can go watch and see what the hell happens there.
You want to say, Will, a quick shout out to your boy Jamoy Fowler. He said he pulled up at you at the game.
He's I don't know if scared me is the right word, but I just like startled me. And I was like, what's up? And he was just like, I'll be watching guys later. So I was like, thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
You got to carefully come up to the quaff game.
I was just locked in on my computer. Come up, say what's up. I'll be less startled next time.
Quaff King spooks real easy.
That's right.
Got to be careful.
Can't do that to goats, man.
My basketball reference spreadsheets and everything. Like, it was, I was locked in.
Everybody, make sure you're following our guy, Will Gottlieb, for all of his great Bulls coverage and takes. Will_Gottlieb. Make sure you read everything he's writing for us, all CHGO.com, including his thoughts on the Bulls win today. That'll be up later. You can follow our producer and our friend, Joey Spathis, at Joey Spathis. Big Dave is at BAWL Sports. I am at Bulls_Peck. Quick reminder, Wednesday, second night of the Bulls back-to-back, Bucks
watch party,
Bulls watch party at the Beacon Tap out in Des Plaines.
Woo!
We got some great deals on cans and draft Goose Island beers.
Deal.
And we got Bulls vibes. We got a big game against Giannis and the Bucks. We will be there. I believe we're actually going to do a live pregame from the bar, so that should be fun. Come hang out.
Possibly a live postgame as well.
Possibly a live postgame as well.
Seems like it would be a far drive to come back.
Right. Tweeted out the Eventbrite link again yesterday. I'll put it up again today. You can RSVP. It's free. Free to attend.
Yes.
Free to attend. Just RSVP so we know how many people are coming. It sounds like a whole bunch of people are already RSVP'd and on their way. So shout out to everybody who's already planning on coming. If you're on the fence, come hang out with us.
Hang out, man.
It'll be a good time.
Yes.
Bulls off tomorrow, as are we. Bulls Hawks, huge game Tuesday night.
Mania.
We'll talk to you then.
Night 2, baby.
Hit that thumbs up before you head out. If you haven't already, we greatly appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, Bulls Nation. We love you.
Roman Reigns.
See Red be good.
Cody Rhodes. Peace out, y'all. Enjoy WrestleMania.